Hey everybody, I'm back again with another video. This one is about the host file in Windows 10 and how to set it up. So the reason why you would utilize a host file is to properly route a IP address to a computer, and if your DNS server is not properly doing that, you can set it up in your computer locally. Now, if you just go to Windows, System32, Drivers, etc., you'll see a file called host. Now, I have a file in here called host2, and this one I'm going to modify with a couple of addresses. I'm going to use Google and Yahoo as my test addresses. Um, Although this isn't really for resolving internet addresses, it's really for intranet addresses. You can put it in there. It won't work on your browser, but it would work in a command line situation. So here I am putting in the IP address of Google. So if you just go into a command prompt, type in ping google.com, it will kick back an address, and that's actually resolving by a DNS server out in the field. And then you can do the same thing for Yahoo. You just throw it in there and you'll get an address. And what I'm doing here is I'm giving them names in my host file, and it's almost like a local DNS server. So it goes to that first, and then it goes out and tries to hit the DNS after that if it doesn't have anything in there. So you must have your file name extension checkmarked. This is very important because you're going to have to rename files and their types, because it always wants to save it as a text file. Even though I will say save as all files, it will still put the .txt at the end. So in order to make it work properly, it has to be have no extension on the end of this file format. So even though I am putting it in there, and the other thing you have to do is make sure you copy it to your desktop, because Windows has certain access rights that it will not allow you to just copy over the host file directly in the folder. But if you save it to your desktop, it will allow you to rename the old folder, or the folder that you want to replace, and then drag in the new folder. And that will allow you to overwrite it. Now, as you can see, I can type in okgoogle.com and yikes.com, and it actually comes up with the addresses of Google and Yahoo. But if you were to try and do that on a browser, it wouldn't work, because it is utilizing a internet DNS, and so it's not going to resolve it from there. But locally in your intranet, it will resolve it. So if you have a computer on your network and you can't seem to hit it by its computer name, you can put this in the host file and it will resolve it and allow you to hit it without typing in the entire address. There are certain softwares that need you to use actual computer names and not just IP addresses in them, and that's why you would do this. Now in here, you can see I'm tightening it up a little bit. I'm putting pound signs in there, and the pound signs are basically for your own information. That is to tell you what each thing is or means. So it doesn't really add to the file. All it is just for housekeeping, just to make it look cleaner, and so that people know what these entries are for. So as you can see, I tried to put in that time server and it timed out. It's an NTP server. It hit once and then came out, but that's probably because it's just overloaded. So I decided to put in another NTP server in here and just called it NTP. Put a pound sign at the end, and it actually gave it the proper name of the NTP server that it is, in case I ever wanted to add another one. Obviously, this is a test file, but if I wanted to make it permanent, I could. So I'm throwing it back in the same folder. Just have to rename it and then slap in the new one and make sure that all the extensions are right. See that it opens, and you can see my changes. And now you can see I typed in NTP on the ping, and it worked fine. Anyway, that's my video. Hopefully you liked it. If you'd like, click like, comment, or subscribe. Thanks again for watching.